baby. Welcome back to another brand new episode of the Dumb Guys Do Racing podcast. And I'm here with the boys, Jimbo, Coach Mike, and Todd. Unfortunately, he's not joining us today. He's in Kentucky.
Oh, Todd.
Miss you, Todd.
Todd, why are you in Kentucky? What are you doing out there? You watching some racing, drinking
But
some
we got
bourbon?
someone filling in for Todd. We got a special guest with us, part of the NRL League. One of the commentators.
Who's that special guest?
Yeah, a little special
commentator.
guest.
I heard he's not a commentator. He's an extraordinary tater. That's what I heard.
T-Case is with us. How's it going?
What's up, Case?
Doing good. Glad to be here.
Hell yeah.
Hold on, we forgot one thing. We
did.
Yeah, we did. That's awesome.
Plaka
The Plaka horn.
We love Plaka.
Gotta love the Plaka. I wish Plaka would be in the NRL League.
Me too.
Yeah, seriously.
Right?
Plaka, if you're listening, you needed to get in on that shit.
He needs to get in on a bunch of those leagues. There's so many going on, and he doesn't seem to participate.
Yeah.
No. Plaka, you should get into a league, especially with the kind of racer you are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Man,
yeah, he's super good.
You would do so. Not only are you good, but you're so fucking clean. You're not. You're a nice
Right?
guy. And
Yep.
you need to come on the podcast too.
I've
and
tried.
Stop thinking that your Spanish to English is not that well, dude.
He does a great job.
Oh, he does.
You're perfect. You're like, you have a little bit of issue here and there, but I mean, both you and Sean are Puerto Rican, so I mean,
we can go.
We can communicate.
I mean, yeah. I don't know any Spanish, but sure. Right.
He's got one of my favorite streams to watch. I don't watch a ton of streaming, but I do when I get a chance to watch Plaka.
Yeah.
I always you end up all the little gimmicks he does on there, as well as being a great driver.
It's so fun.
It's a blast.
He's a blast.
He is.
I do enjoy.
Unfortunately, his job doesn't let him able to participate too much because he does retail, so his hours are very fluctuating.
That's probably one of the reasons he
that makes sense.
doesn't commit to anything.
Yep, it is.
Yeah, sadly.
Because I try to get him on the pod, but unfortunately, Sundays are his
weekends.
Weekend job. So
Yeah.
we love you, Plaka.
Yep.
We love you.
We do.
Indeed.
We do. So, Case, how long you been with the NRL League? Doing,
Since the
commentating?
beginning.
Oh,
I was part of the original crew. It was me and Toon did the first qualifying together, and then Slow-Mo came in, and we did a couple seasons, and then I believe it was season 3 when we had to split into Friday, Saturday, and that's when Flawed and Barker came in, and I worked with them for a little bit, and then Tati came in a season later, and then it's been me, Flawed, and Tati. So, yeah, I've been in it since the beginning. It's been incredible to watch it happen, and a lot of fun. I'd never done anything like it before. Had zero experience, and Toon and I got in there, and we ended up just having a blast.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. So, had you had any? How did McNaughty convince you that you needed to be a commentator?
So it's interesting. I actually didn't know who. I honestly didn't watch any streamers. I would watch like Super GT's videos and maybe some of Rory's videos and Jimmy's, but never watched anybody stream. I wasn't a streamer. Started streaming because my brother got a wheel shortly after I did, and we used streaming to kind of hang out together and play. Or if one of us couldn't play, I would watch him and he would watch. So it started off very small, and then it started growing. And actually it was, I started to hang out with the PHG crew, the Papa's House of Game. And it was during one of Papa's streams, and they were talking about NRL, and I was like, what's NRL? And McNaughty was in the chat, and he kind of explained some of it. And I was like, oh, I can't commit to that. I know I'm going to miss one of the elimination rounds, so there's no point. And he's like, well, do you want to be a host? And again, I didn't really know who McNaughty was or what he meant by being a host, but I was like, I guess so. And we kind of just started talking back and forth. It sounded fun. I was new to the, to the whole YouTube community. It was all very new to me. I was just getting to know everybody. I think when we started, I was at like 150 subscribers, and I hit 200 during that first season of NRL. So I definitely saw a correlation between the two, just getting my voice out there and, you know, people doing it. But Toon and I had no clue what we were doing, and I was so nervous. And we did the first qualifying. It was super cool. And then I streamed later that night, and all these people who had never been to my channel before were coming in and being like, you guys were amazing. That was so much fun. We hadn't seen anything like that before. So I was like, oh, wow. Okay. So this is like a thing, huh? And it's just grown from there. Actually, after season, I think it was after season 2, I was kind of like, I don't know that I want to, as this grows, like we're now committing time to it. Like the first season, I know McNaughty was committing a lot of time, but the rest of us, or maybe it was just me, weren't putting that much effort into it. And then as it grew, it's like, we need to be in these practice lobbies. We need to do research. We're interviewing people. And I was like, I don't know that I want to commit to it. And then it came around, and McNaughty messaged us all like, hey, we want to have you back. And I was like, I have to do it. I can't say no. Like, this is too good. And now it's like, I woke up yesterday morning with butterflies. Like, I was pumped.
Yeah.
I'd watched the Friday night stream, got me super excited. And it's allowed me to grow into doing other things. I do commentating now for the PHG crew, for the Joker series. I've done stuff for Beehive and for MMR. So it's really allowed me to do much, much more. But NRL's where it's at. There's nothing better.
Oh, dude. That broadcast was so good. And just, your guys' commentating with the footage and how you guys go through everything is just, it's top notch. It's very professional. You guys did a great job.
Thank you. And I think Flawed Genius Gaming over on Twitch, I've learned so much from him. We've had several one-on-ones, and, you know, he was trying to get me to do more this past season. And I was like, I don't feel good enough. He's like, if you're saying something, you see something on track, go ahead and do the play-by-play. I was like, no. You just interrupt me and you do the play-by-play.
Right.
And so we kind of went back and forth, and then I got thrown into the fire with the PHG series and ended up, I was running the broadcast. So I was doing the cameras and the replay and all the overlays. Plus I was the only commentator. And so I had to do it all by myself, and I had so much fun. I sent it to Flawed, and I was like, I really want your constructive criticism. Tell me everything I did wrong. And he replied back, he goes, you were amazing. The only thing I could say is maybe use this camera more than this camera, but everything else was awesome. So it like super boosted my confidence, and now feel a lot more comfortable behind the microphone. And I think I did it a couple times yesterday where I was talking about something else. I saw the action on screen and went ahead and did the play-by-play on the action and then handed it back to Flawed. So learned a ton from him, as well as Tati. Tati's amazing. They do the S7R Toyota Cup that McNaughty's been streaming, and I've learned a ton from Tati as well. They're super talented. Very different approaches between the two of them, and I think the three of us together work really, really well.
Yeah, definitely.
Excuse me. When you're saying that confidence on the mic and that, like, did you have, even as a streamer, have that issue personally at all? Like, you know, the nerves and stuff like that, and people talking to you and or the commentating and stuff, like, nervous to say anything? You know what I mean?
You know, on the streaming side, not so much. I definitely feel like doing the commentating improved my streaming. But I think I started small enough where maybe I would have one person come into the chat, you know, and I had the very basic setup, just streaming directly from the PlayStation, no camera for a while. And, you know, I found that I had a hard time focusing on the driving and talking. And so that was an issue. But as far as being nervous about the stream, not so much. But on the broadcasting side, I think it's because it was somebody else's thing. You know, my thing, I don't care. I'm not, it's whatever. But because it's somebody else's thing, somebody else putting in the work, and I'm representing that, I think that's where the nerves came in, just wanting to do a good job for them. Yeah, exactly.
Back of your head, yeah. Okay.
Absolutely.
Now,
absolutely.
The same similar question of, like you just said there, you start streaming without camera. Were you nervous a little bit going on camera? Did you get nerves when you started getting, multiple people watching while you were driving? Did that affect your like nerves driving because people watching?
A little bit, I think. I think it was more of a distraction than a nerve thing. But yeah, going on camera, especially, I don't know if you've ever streamed directly from PlayStation. I just got
do it all the time.
okay. I got secondhand. It was $20 for a PS5 camera that I got secondhand, and I set that up. And when you're streaming on the PlayStation, you see yourself on the screen. So that was I definitely was a little self-conscious about that. But I've always done, like growing up, we were always making movies or all sorts. Like I was an X Games kid, so we were making skate videos. We were doing funny stuff, jackass stuff.
Oh, nice.
We were doing all that, and then I've had various forms of like websites in the early days where I would, do videos and post those online. So that's always been something I've been fairly comfortable with. But yeah, once the channel started growing and like, I would have on average 10 people hanging out and chatting versus like one or two, it was definitely a different dynamic and getting used to it and, trying not to get distracted by it. And during that time, I was a lot more competitive when it came to racing. Like I was taking it a lot more seriously than I do now. So there was that aspect where it'd be more like, I wasn't embarrassed or anything for myself, but then I'd mess up. I'd be embarrassed by my racecraft or whatever, or be embarrassed that I lost my cool because I try to be a pretty chill person and not retaliate. I'm not one of those, but we all do it and lose our cool and go and punt somebody. And then you're like, I feel bad about that.
Yeah. Have you ever got caught like in that same aspect, I guess, like doing and then like forget that you're on camera, do it, and they're like, oh shit, fucking just like sit there driving, thinking to yourself, oh man, who saw that?
Yep, exactly. Like chat's been quiet and you're just kind of in the zone.
Yeah, you forget about it all.
For sure. And there was a time early on, and I think that's one of the things I loved about streaming, because before I was streaming, I was all about revenge, and that's, I think streaming, and I've told this to other people who were considering streaming, I was like, it's actually because of my personality and, I feel guilty about everything. Streaming really cleaned up my driving because it was all there. It was all there for people to see if they wanted to, and I would get, I had a few early on. I had several people who were, being bullied and having a hard time having fun in the game. And I would preach like, don't just ignore them. Don't retaliate. Do not get in the game chat. Whatever you do, stay out of the game chat. And it was like the next day, this guy punted me off 3 times at Interlagos, and I love Interlagos, so I'm pissed because it's one of my favorite tracks. And then I get in the game chat, and we're going back and forth, and I was like, I just said, don't do this. Right. What a hypocrite.
Oh, that's great. Yep, we've all done it. We've all done it. That's for sure.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not try to stay in the game chat too. Maybe something at the very end at the race. Thanks for nothing. And then leave. But
Will Snide remark.
Yeah.
I always point out the dirty racers. I'm like, hey everybody, watch out for Dickbag McGillicuddy. They're dirty.
I hate that guy.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I don't do much dailies anymore.
You do a lot
just
of
so busy.
Stuff,
I do lobbies, and then I'm involved now with like 3 different leagues, and it's just I don't play nearly as much as I used to. But when I was in lobbies, I do miss that part of like racing with the same people and get like I've made so many friends because of we both were doing really well and we just had these epic battles race after race after race, and then we start hanging out online and we start doing lobbies together. So that is definitely a great aspect of the dailies, but it seems harder and harder to find.
The quality again. So this every week I race in 3 different accounts. So I've got my very bottom account that I use with a kid that I'm teaching, so we can actually race together. Then I have like my B account that I always keep at a B account, and then I have my A accounts. I race in each one. D lobbies are shit lobbies. They're bad. They're out of control. People are dirty. People are just underskilled. They're off.
The ghosting is out of control.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, ghost at every fucking corner. It's hilarious. But you move to B lobbies, it's crazy because the mid to upper B lobby, I've had some of the best racing in those lobbies. Just a blast. And every so often you have this. It's funny because you have the same guys that I've seen in B lobbies since I was on sport. Same guys. They just do not improve at all. You see them every single day, so they're racing every race, but they just don't have the skill to do anything because they're shit drivers, and they're usually dirty too. And then you go into my mid A, upper A, lower A plus accounts, and it is very difficult to find a good race in those accounts.
It's desperation.
Yes.
And I will say this again.
For that. Yeah.
Polyphony has done this to us.
Yeah.
Because you lose so many points in a lobby for not being ninth or better. They from, I would say, sixth down. It is the most desperate racing you'll ever, because everybody's trying to make the 1 point that they offer for ninth place.
Yep.
It's Polyphony's fault that the racing is so dirty. And it's dirty. It's not bad racing. It's not poor racing. It is dirty racing. People willing to push you off. People willing to punch you. Especially, I am a defense king. Go ahead. Try to get past me. I can make my car as wide as the track. And just people get pissed off and just punch off the track.
Yeah. They're done with it. Instead of being skilled and overtaking you, they just take you out.
Yeah. And it happens more and more and more. I was in a lobby. I was in a lobby in the Nürburgring race. So was that last week? Week before last? Week before last. So it was all my races in the B account that I had were really good, except for maybe one or two that were, well, I wouldn't say they're really good. Okay. B racers don't have the ability to race the Nürburgring.
No.
Right.
Sorry, 90% of you guys, if you're a B racer in lobbies and you're a natural B, I'm a B racer, but all I do is race in leagues, which means you're like an AA plus racer. Yeah. Natural B racers at the Nürburgring, you're horrible. You don't have the skill to be able to do it. So there's bad shit that happens. Yeah. But that's skill based. You go into an A lobby. I was in an A lobby. There was a guy that was doing a back to front, and he just was running people over and pushing them out of the way because he was faster. But
yeah, that drives me crazy.
But if you're going to start in the back, you need to be doing, if you're risking your DR, you need to be racing clean and fast. But this guy, over and over again, and he's done it to me more than once, will just push you out of the way because he's faster than you. And I fucking hate it. Yeah. I don't, and this is one of those guys I don't like. And we'll say it over and over again. And there are people that disagree with me, but they're wrong. This guy is not a clean racer. He's not, and in that, if you're not a clean racer, you're not a good racer.
Right.
So I think, and we talk about Plaka and how he needs to get into leagues. The one thing with leagues, for the most part, is a lot of leagues, not all, have gotten rid of the bad racer, the dirty racer. So
you can keep track of it, and it's like, okay, this is second, third, fourth incident, however they're doing their stewarding. It's like this person's no longer allowed. Just done.
I was in a. It's funny. I was in a league.
I was thinking this too.
It's funny. I was in a league, and it's not the league that we think of, Mike. Okay. It was the Super Formula League.
Okay, yeah.
And I was stewarding in the Super Formula League, and every week it was the same two guys. And we banned them both. Because it was the same two guys going after each other, causing everybody else to get into accidents.
Wow.
You know, they're going after each other because of whatever
their issue is, yeah.
Their issue is, and in turn they're wrecking other people. And it happened like 3 or 4 weeks in a row, and I was like, are we going to allow this to happen? And there were people in there that were like, oh no, dude, he's a good guy, and the other guy, oh, he's a good guy. So I just went to the organizer and was like, we can't have this in our league if we're going to have a clean league.
Yep.
He's like, well, get rid of them. I'm like, okay. You know, and oh man, there were some freak outs.
Oh, I'm sure. That's why I stay away from stewarding and any of that. Like I'm just a voice. Yeah. I'm just a voice because I look at all the stuff. I'm like, I'm glad I don't have to make those decisions or listen to that or.
Man, sometimes it's really, really hard. Especially this was at the beginning of GT7. Mm-hmm. So the lobbies were garbage, and they were garbage because we had people from Indonesia or Malaysia racing in the lobby, and Australia. So there were some bad lobbies. Yeah. So there was lots of time taken looking at it and seeing if it was lag,
right,
or if it was an actual offense.
Yeah, that's so hard to see. You need to see multiple replays because it might not look like it on one person's screen, but it definitely looks like it on the other. And it's that's crazy. Yeah, early GT7. I held out as long as I could on GT Sport. I played Sport, and it wasn't until they weren't updating dailies until they were only updating dailies once a month. And then I was like, okay, I can't. I guess I gotta get 7 now. But I held out as long as I could on GT Sport.
Oh man,
we went back. We went
back and raced one more time before they shut everything down.
Yeah.
And Mike had a race with Fraga.
At Suzuka.
Suzuka.
Fucking insane. Half a lap side by side, basically through the mid-middle. It was, oh my god, it was the most exhilarating thing. And I knew he was taking me. Once he passed, I was just like, thank you. That was amazing. It was so clean, so respectful, everything I could do just to keep side by side with them. And I think at the same time, it's like I know he was not saying toying with me, but he wasn't putting 100% effort in. Like he should have been like. But
I bet he was having fun with it too. Like he was enjoying. I think that's what it was.
Yeah. I think that's what it was because he realized, hey, this guy's pretty clean and lots of room, lots of respect. And the whole time I was like, here he comes. Oh God, here we go. It's probably the greatest moment in GT racing for me. It was that side by side with Fraga.
Oh, going back to Sport was so crazy because it took like a race or two to get used to the physics again, and then realizing that you could just throw the car in anywhere, anytime,
just chuck it,
and just chuck it into a corner and it'd stick. Yeah, you're just like, I'm like, okay, let's go in here and do this, and it took like 2 laps, and I'm like, oh my gosh, here we go.
But
super late on the brakes.
It didn't feel like that while you were actually playing it before 7. Like it didn't like it, but when you got to 7, figured out 7, then went back to Sport, it was like, oh my God, this is like so easy in a way, compared to the way the physics are now kind of thing.
I noticed that on Sport, like when I was doing Sport, this was before I was streaming. I was also playing one of the F1 games at the time, so like F1 21 or one of those ones. And I was playing it a lot and really enjoying the career mode. But I was doing it no assists, no AB, and I got really good at it. And then I went back and played Sport, and holy cow, was I so much better at Sport after playing the F1 game. But I tried that recently with F1 24, And GT7 did not do this. It did not translate like it did from the F1 game I was playing at the time to sport. Like, it made me so much better. And if anything, the newer F1 game made me worse at GT7.
Yeah, I was going to ask, how was that?
That worked for me with ACC when it first came out.
Yeah.
Every time I went over to ACC and then went back to the sport, I was just like, oh my God, I just got so much better. It was because it was so much harder.
Mm-hmm.
So when I came back to sport, knowing how to drive better there from ACC, it was just like it made the game so much easier. And then the same thing when 7 came out, the physics changes there. It was like coming back to sport. It wasn't the same. It was just like, yeah, this is kind of almost basic feeling from where it was kind of thing to understand cars. And then come back to that, it was just like, holy fuck.
Well, how long? Okay, so we're all pretty old. When did you start your digital racing career?
So, well, I've been doing some form of sim racing since I was a kid.
Okay, with what game?
So I guess they wouldn't be necessarily sim games, but as far as using a wheel and pedals, my first wheel and pedal set I was in 6th or 7th grade, and had this computer game called Midtown Madness. And it takes place in Chicago, and there's police, and it's like an open world. It's open world Chicago. Various cars as like city buses, but also Ferraris, all sorts of stuff. And you run from the police. There's different races. So that was kind of the first one. But I've always played racing games, played the Gran Turismos, Need for Speeds, Tokyo Extreme Racers. My next door neighbor had Rush, the arcade game, but the actual arcade game.
Oh,
like
shit.
the full set. He had 2 of them.
Oh, wow.
And we played Rush like crazy. We were very good at it. We knew all the shortcuts.
Awesome.
It was a blast.
Man. If you have the access, you better be good.
Yeah, exactly. If you can play it every day without spending any money, you better be good at that thing.
Man.
So we played that. And then, in high school, we had one of our movie theaters had 2 Initial D games.
Oh, nice.
I don't know if you played those. That's hands down best arcade game ever. You pay an extra $1 and it prints you out a card that you hold on to, and you put it in every time you play, and that card keeps track of your progress, and you buy a car and you can soup it up over time and always use your car. And so at that arcade, there'd be a line of 15 people, and you put your quarter on the machine, you're next.
Yeah.
You could turn the boost off before the race. You held down, if both players would hold down the brake, boost would get turned off, and it would be a legit race. And we played that like crazy. And then my brother worked at EB Games, which doesn't exist anymore. It's like GameStop. And he's a loophole connoisseur, and he would find all the loopholes, and he'd come home with 2 Mad Catz wheel sets and be like, here you go, this is for your Xbox. Be like, what? He's like, yeah, I got it for $15 because I traded in these 2 games that I bought for 50 cents. And I was just like, yes. So he would figure out that he would call me and be like, hey, come buy these 2 games. They're used. They're $1 each. And then come back tomorrow and trade them in towards this, and it'll discount it this much.
Oh, wow.
And so we had the Dance Dance Revolution pads at home. We had the Mad Catz wheels. So a lot of that. And then... but my what I'm doing now with GT Sport and everything, that started in May of 2020. I actually made a little video about it, kind of reminiscing and showing pictures of my first setup. I got a Thrustmaster T150, and I had it mounted on a table and then had a whole bunch of weights on the table so it wouldn't flip over. And then slowly built, what I have now. And then a few years ago, I upgraded to the Fanatec DD Pro. I got a cockpit. And then my same brother, he had a bunch of streaming equipment because he's big into tech and he likes to have the best things, but he doesn't stream. So he gave me his capture card that he didn't use anymore, microphone he didn't use, Stream Deck that he didn't use. So I upgraded my whole sim setup and streaming setup, and that made a huge difference. And then got monetized and was able to get the new Mac Mini to have a better stream quality because I was using a really old work laptop to try to stream, and it would glitch up and freeze and couldn't handle it. And so, just kind of moved through that. But the real serious stuff started back in 2020. So, gosh, that's like 5 years now.
Right.
I should be better at this game.
Time flies, man.
How many viewers or how many subscribers do you have?
I'm getting close to that 1,000 mark.
Yeah,
I'm
I
at
saw that.
942, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like I said, when I started NRL, I was in the upper 100s and hit 200 in that first season, and then last summer I hit that 500 mark, and so we're getting close to that 1K mark, and it's fun. I have a good job, and I have, all that stuff, but it's nice to have, a little extra income for playing a video game.
Yeah.
So I don't put a ton of effort that I could, but I also do other stuff. I'm into slot cars, so I do slot car videos with my slot car set, and then I like tinkering with guitars, so I make guitar videos.
Oh, nice.
So it's kind of a mix of stuff. If I would put my head down and really focus, I could probably be doing a lot better as far as the stream goes, but I just like to have fun, and it's kind of my way to unwind. And I've made like some real life friends now through it. I have a buddy that past 2 years I've gone to Daytona and camped with him for the 24 hours of Daytona, and he's come here. I live in San Antonio, so Circuit of the Americas is about an hour away, and he's come the last 2 years, and we've gone to WEC.
You guys, yeah, I saw.
what
I
I
think
do.
I saw you guys did a little video with all that stuff recently.
Yeah, and I met him, like he just came into my stream one day, and I was like, hey, he was talking about Daytona, and I was like, oh, my brother and I went last year. We just stayed at a cheap hotel, and we kind of got to know each other. He's like, well, I camp every year. If you and your brother want to come camping, there's 2 spots for you. I was like, okay.
Oh, dude, that's awesome.
Interesting. And then, we become really good friends. Last year at Daytona, Papa from Papa's House of Games, he joined us. Another streamer, Turtle Shell, joined us. This past year in Austin, our buddy Hector, who lives in California, we all met through Gran Turismo. He came and joined us. So it's been fun to get to meet several of these people in real life. I've gotten to meet Toon in real life. So it's kind of a fun way to expand that friend circle, and we have a good time. And really, my streaming has become focused to my lobbies that I do every Tuesday night. We do typically road cars on sport tires for about 3 hours every Tuesday, and we have a great time. And there's just a core group of people that show up every Tuesday, and we race for a while and then part ways.
Oh yeah. Oh, that sounds like fun. Man, I bet that Daytona 24 hours, how is that camping at that?
Oh, it's so much fun. So the guy Turbo is who hosts us, and he's been doing it since the 90s, but he's consecutively done 10 years in a row.
Wow.
Like this next year will be his 10th year. So he goes every year, and he has the setup. He rents out 10 camping spots. He has what is made for ice fishing.
Okay.
Like it's a big rectangle tent, but it's like a solid rectangle, insulated, and that's what he sleeps in, because some summers or sometimes it's freezing and sometimes it's not.
Right.
But then he brings his Blackstone flat top grill, grill for burgers. His buddy brings a big electric smoker, coolers galore. We got everything you could want or need. We eat great. They cook amazing food, and then you camp just outside turn 1 of the NASCAR tri-oval part. So it's about a 10-minute walk to get to the grandstands or the shuttle. The shuttle takes you to the infield. You have full access to the paddock. You can walk everywhere. 2 years ago, I almost got taken out by an LMP2. Wasn't paying attention, walking like literally an inch from my ankle.
Oh, shit.
It scared me so bad. But you get to, walk around everywhere, and then just hanging out with people, and everybody there is just happy to hear and watch race cars.
Yeah.
So it's a great time. The camping's fun. This last year, it was pretty chilly, but I packed accordingly. I like to go skiing, so I literally packed as if I was going skiing.
Okay.
And so I was comfortable the whole time. I looked like I was going skiing in Florida, but I was comfortable. Everybody else was miserable, and I was a happy camper.
You're like, I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, that sounds like fun. I want to do that one year.
It's great. If you have the opportunity to do it, you should. And honestly, the tickets themselves aren't cheap.
Right.
Or I mean, are cheap. They're not very expensive. Like for the whole weekend, you're looking at a little over $100.
What?
For 4 days?
Really?
Yeah, it's not bad.
It's getting accommodations cheap. If you're not camping.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's where the overhead comes in.
And that's what, like, when my brother and I went, we just went for Saturday, Sunday, and I got this. I mean, the hotel was gross. Like I literally went to Target and bought sheets because I wasn't going to sleep on their sheets. I was like, I went to, the college dorm room section, bought the cheapest sheets there. And I was like, these are better than the ones that I can see through, but also have glitter on them.
Right.
So
you can only imagine what was going on in them sheets.
Exactly. Exactly. The camping's better. And then when we went to Coda. So 2 years ago, we did WEC at Coda, and we just commuted from my house every day. And by race day, I was done. Done. It's an hour there, an hour back. I was like, no. So we found an Airbnb only 10 minutes from the track. It was perfect. I brought my wheel and pedals and stuff, and so we were able to race around and watch, and it was a blast.
How's WEC compared to IMSA, like going to the live events? Is there a big difference? Pretty much the same? Big
difference. Well, all I know is Daytona, and Daytona is something else. Like the amount of access you get, the affordability, and you have free reign. And really the only thing you get free reign of Coda at is Formula One, which is priced itself out. Okay. So every other event I go to there, you only have access to maybe a quarter of the area.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they have a lot closed off. And so they definitely put it on way better Daytona. I don't know about the other IMSA races, but I know Salamander, he recently did Road America IMSA, and from what I heard from him, it went all out. So I think WEC is played down a little bit here. It's not as popular either. But definitely this year there were more people but less stuff, which I was kind of mad about. They raised the prices on everything. There were more people there, but there was less stuff going on compared to the year before. Okay. But my favorite thing to go there is it used to be the Fanatec World Challenge. Now I think it's just called GT Challenge America. Yeah. They do the GR86s, they do the TCR, and then they do some Group 3 and Group 4. And that's the best. It's $30 to go for the day, and you have full access to everything. And it is a blast. My first time going there, I got connected with one of the GR86 teams, and they have half of the track closed to people. But they're obviously racing, and I got to go with two of the guys over to Turn 11, which was originally closed, and got to go be a spotter out there with that GR86 team. Oh, it was a cool experience. It was because my brother's neighbor knew one of the racers' dads, and he was like, just go over to that team and tell them you know this person. Oh, and I was like, oh, okay. And I did, and they just welcomed me in, and I was like, okay, I guess I'm part of the team now.
Right? That's awesome when that happens. Yeah. Oh, man. That's a blast.
It's really cool. That's experience. Back in the olden days, this is 1998, went to a race at an IMSA race at Laguna Seca. And my mom was like, I got you tickets and all this stuff for my brother and I. She got them for my birthday, so we went. And it was all access. Like you were right there with the teams. I mean, and like I had been watching the series on Speed Vision. Back in the day.
Speed, that was the best.
Watching it back in the day. And so I knew exactly what was going on, and I knew the drivers and stuff like that. So it's like I was talking with, one of the Porsche teams, and I'm like, oh, yeah, what's the driver champ, blah, blah, blah. And the guy was like, you want to start the car up?
Oh.
And I'm like, at the time, I've always been a big guy, and he's like a little itty bitty person, so I squeezed myself in. And number one, it was the loudest fucking thing ever. It was so loud. Squeezed myself into this car, flipped the switches, started up. It was so fucking cool. Of course,
awesome.
like Mercedes, this was back during it was the GT1 era, so McLaren GT1, the CLK GT1s, all of those cars are just, they're these huge teams, and you can't get close to them at all. And then I'm standing by the McLaren team, and we're one of the McLaren teams, and the guy's like, "Oh, you want to sit in it?"
Please and thank you.
Yes. Yeah. Number one, I don't know how you would get out of that car after a serious accident.
Oh God.
Because it's like 2 feet on either side of the driver's seat.
Wow.
Like of car, because you sat right in the middle of it. That was super cool. Let's see. Celine was out there. Got to shake his hand. Got to meet Coach. What's his name? Of course I can't remember. The guy that played Coach on what's his name? The dad from Poltergeist.
I know who you're talking about.
Craig T. Nelson. Got to meet Craig T. He was driving a Lola Ferrari. Technically, it would be like an LMP2 car. Back then, the open top cars. He was driving one of those. It was super cool.
That's
and,
awesome.
That's like 30 years ago now. It's crazy to think about. It was back when I was a young pup. But that was a blast.
Yeah.
That was going to races is a blast.
You can not like racing at all and go to a race, and it doesn't matter what series it is. Like you go to a proper race, and I mean, you might not get hooked, but you're gonna have a good time. I'm not a big NASCAR fan, but I grew up in Georgia. My parents love NASCAR, and so I've been to NASCAR, and that changed my perspective on NASCAR when you see it in person. I always respected F1. I went to my first F1 race in 2019 at Austin. Holy cow! Like you think you know, and then you see it happen, and you're like, they are going. The change of direction is unreal. In those cars. And then same with going to Daytona and seeing the hypercars or LMPH or whatever they call it, GTP. They call them something.
Cars,
GTP. There we go. And you see those things going. And that was the first year. The first year I went was first year for BMW. And I think Cadillac. And that was when Acura got caught cheating.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And that was I was blown away. I was like, I can't believe this. Me and my brother had the best time. And my brother was not a race fan at all. He had recently gotten a wheel because I had gotten one and was just having so much fun with it. I was like, you need to get one of these. And so I traveled to Florida for work pretty regularly. And so I was going to be in Orlando anyways when Daytona was going on. This was 3 years ago. And I was like, I looked up how much tickets were just for Saturday, Sunday. And I was like, it was like $80 or something like that. I texted my brother. I was like, hey, if I get us tickets, you want to drive down to Daytona and we go to this race? And that's when we stayed in the crappy hotel. But he wasn't into racing at all. He left that, and he now follows so many race series, loves it. He got into Formula One. And so now it was something we didn't really have in common, and that now it's like all we talk about, and it's amazing what something like that can do.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of Formula One, Max Verstappen at the Nürburgring this weekend.
Oh man,
Max Verstappen.
I was going to say that. I forgot all about that. I was actually going to play that when we came on because that guy is.
He's the greatest. Remember when Kyle Larson said he was better than Max Verstappen?
Yeah. Yes.
Oh man.
I bring that up to all my NASCAR fans. I was like, hey, remember that time Kyle Larson was an idiot?
An idiot.
I have a Max Verstappen poster, 2 Max Verstappen flags, like 5 different. I'm a huge Max Verstappen fan.
I hate Max Verstappen as a race car driver, just because he's not always the cleanest.
Yeah, fair enough.
You know,
Yeah.
but
I respect the hell
but
out
I
of him.
respect
Fuck.
him and his
Holy man,
ability. I mean, his
talent is
dad
uncanny.
beat him into being the greatest racing driver we've
It's
probably seen.
terrible, but it worked
Right,
out.
right.
Yeah.
It's really, and it's very true, and it's funny because if you know understand that whole dynamic of the two of them, they're both race car drivers.
Mhm.
Oh,
His
yeah.
dad was
Oh, yeah.
his dad raced cars when it was unsafe.
Yeah,
Mhm.
big
All
time.
right, and you see the clips of him in the car with Max driving. He is fucking terrified.
Terrified. When Max was a kid, I think they were in a Renault, some GT4, GT3, and they're at Spa.
Oh, hold on, guys. God damn it. Hold on. I'm back.
Dude, I think as he's gotten older, he's matured quite a bit. Like, and one
Yes,
thing
he has.
there's always the discussion, and we get into it in Discord and stuff on people don't like him and stuff, and I was like, yeah, but ask the other drivers. All the other drivers, maybe not Lewis, all the other drivers love Max. Like, nobody dislikes him.
No.
Yeah, well,
And
off track,
he's super nice.
Yeah.
He's a great person, and I like that about him. But as a driver, he goes into another dimension of
That's why he wins.
human consciousness almost. He's going to go down, especially now that he's expanding his racing. He's going to go down as the greatest race car driver
I think
probably in
so.
history.
I think so.
Oh, for sure.
He's
his
definitely
skill
turning
level
into
is
an all-around. He's turning into an all-around driver like they used to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly, because Alonso went and he did Le Mans. Nico Hulkenberg has won Le Mans. I'm sure Max will eventually win Le Mans, win the Nürburgring 24. And it's because he loves racing. And what's really cool is what he's doing with his sim team.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because if you hear him talk about it, and I watch an interview, and he talks about how nervous he gets for his sim drivers. Like, he cares more about his team and wants them to do well and succeed. And now he's bringing them into real life racing. He's trying to bridge that gap and make it so more of these sim racers who are good and serious can actually get behind a race car. It's
It's
super
amazing.
cool.
Yeah. It's
Now,
amazing.
And he
the
can afford
guy
it,
that
too,
was
that's the
racing
thing.
with him this weekend, was he a sim racer also, or was he a regular driver?
I think so, because he's only 22 years old. The guy that raced with him. I want to say he's part of his sim team, but he might be somebody who actually races cars as well.
Yeah, I don't know either on that
Yeah.
one, but I just have
watched
to
a
say,
few.
how is anybody gonna want to compete in a way in these races when you go to the race and it's like, oh, Max is here, shit. You know what I mean? What was it last week and the weekend before when he did his licensing and testing and stuff to get his he was in an underpowered fucking
just
Cayman
murdering.
and was destroying a higher power Cayman. The instructor's thank God I had more power because I could barely keep ahead of the guy.
Yeah, I'm sure
He
there's
was
going to be
all
some
over my ass.
some backlash too, because those events. There's people go to them, but they're not crazy. But now that he's there, it's getting crazy as far as spectators go.
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to be insane.
And that's how it is in F1. I went in 2019. It was awesome. There's maybe 125,000 people there. Me and my cousin, we had a whole area to ourselves. I went back after COVID, I guess 2022. I got the full weekend. I was miserable. I mean, I enjoyed it, but it was getting to and from anywhere was horrible, and it was just
too much.
Yeah, exactly. And so that might happen, when you have, now that these guys are mega stars, showing up to these smaller events.
They're going to bring money in. They're going to be famous. It's going to bring chaos, but it's in the way. It's also good for racing.
Yeah.
In that aspect. But it is going to make it a little bit more miserable for the people who are used to the more roomy, fun time, kind of enjoy the weekend kind of thing.
Do you think Max is going to leave Formula One for sport car racing?
maybe not that's why he's leaving. I think he's going to get I think he's already getting tired, except for now that he's being competitive in a not competitive car. He likes that. But I think from what I've seen, he is getting tired of it. He'll do 2026 if they're successful, maybe stay a couple more years. But he'll leave to, I think he really wants to build that team that he has. From what I've read and seen, and he will do sport car racing, but I think he just wants to he just loves racing.
Right.
That's how he spends his free time.
Yeah, I think you're kind of right there. I think he's going to, now seeing all this, I think he's going to take his team of sim racers to real life racers, and he's going to build that, and he's going to start entering him and his teams into he's going to buy a car, multiple cars. He's going to enter his sim team into real life and drive with them.
Yeah. And I know one of his dreams is to do Le Mans with Alonso and his dad. That's one of his goals, is to have a team of him, Alonso, and Yas, and compete at Le Mans. He's always wanted to race with his dad.
Yeah.
That would be cool as shit.
I think that's
but
what
does
he's
he want to
do.
win?
Well, the thing is, as long as he has enough people on the team to compete and do he's going to win, because he can do it by himself. Look at this fucking Nürburgring. He finished his stint over a minute ahead of everybody.
It was crazy.
Like, what in the hell?
As a secondary driver, the other guy couldn't even lose. As long as he didn't crash.
Yeah,
and
keep it on the track.
The other guy started in karting when he was 7 and switched to sim racing when he was 16.
Ah, okay.
Wow.
So he's a racer in general.
That's awesome.
So I wouldn't call him, yes, he drives in sim racing, but I wouldn't say that he's a sim racer.
Yeah, Yas could fucking just cruise around Le Mans, and between Alonso and him, they'd fucking destroy the fucking field.
Yeah, another cool dad is Carlos Sainz Sr. He still does that extreme off-road racing.
The Dakar.
Yeah.
Dude, that stuff's so cool.
insane.
I'm a big fan of Carlos and his dad as well.
Same.
I was super happy to see Carlos get that podium with Williams.
Dude, that was amazing.
Huge.
That was great. Dude, Williams has actually done pretty good this year.
Yeah, Carlos has just been making little mistakes here and there. They've had some failures, but they're looking good, and that was a good haul of points. I'm excited for next year.
Me too.
I'm excited for the end of this year because technically, mathematically, it's still possible for Max to win the championship.
Exactly. It's going to be insane.
And that's hilarious.
Especially if you have like McLaren having DNFs and stuff like that, and stuff, and being at the back or anything like that, and he keeps pulling that car to the front.
Dude, it's going to be a three-way battle for the championship.
Yeah. A year like this, especially for like Max at Red Bull, really shows the skill and ability of Max Verstappen. To be able to pull a car that's not competitive and make it competitive. It really isn't. If you had anybody but Max in that, they'd be struggling for points.
Yeah, they've had 4 different drivers in that thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I saw, what was it the other day? I saw a clip of Max, and who's the other young guy in
Liam?
The Red Bull Junior.
Isaac?
Isaac?
Isaac had it's just like he says something about getting bumped up to Red Bull. Max looks, he goes, no, he goes, stay here. He goes, you're much better here.
You got a podium. You're not getting a podium with us.
You don't want to come up here. Stay where you are. You're happier.
Well, dude, I think getting their new team principals really helped. I think they're taking the car in a different direction, and all 4 Red Bull guys were in the top 10 last weekend.
It's changed the mindset of the team.
Yeah.
The atmosphere.
Having Christian gone, it was
Christian Horner is a dick.
He is.
And he forgot that it's not Christian Horner racing. I think
I'll be right back.
Somebody said this. Somebody said Christian forgot that it's not Christian Horner racing, it's Red Bull racing.
Yeah.
And I would have to say that was true. He
over time, dude,
it was his team, and no one else could run it, and it was destroying their team.
Yeah,
it's an issue that so many like people in his state of mind have, where it's like, I brought this team to
Right.
where it's at. So
You're only successful because of me.
You're successful because of me. No other reason.
Right. That's why I kind of think Isaac would do decent next year in the Red Bull behind Max, just because everything has changed. The team principal he's already been dealing with for a couple years, or this year, right?
No,
Shit,
this year.
Yeah.
My brain is gone. But yeah, I mean, he could do pretty well. I think he could do pretty well.
I think especially since it's a new car too.
Right.
You know, again,
I'd be scared,
It's
though.
really funny because Logan Sargent is back in racing. He's driving an LMP2 car in IMSA. But again, they're taking too young of driver, putting it in a shit car, and then expecting results that are never going to happen, and then firing some kid and destroying his confidence as a race car driver.
Oh yeah.
You know, I think that's what's happened with Ricardo also.
Yeah.
He's made some bad decisions, gone into some bad cars, and has been treated poorly because he's in bad cars.
Yeah.
You're a great driver. Why aren't you
It's
winning?
not a skill issue. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a skill issue. It's a car issue, and so many of these kids are in for 2 or 3 years or a year, and then they get kicked out because the car just, you're not driving up to the ability.
Yeah.
No, your car is shit.
F1's brutal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the fact that the other driver is driving the car well means that driver has been in that car for longer and knows its idiosyncrasies.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
think of
the
how
thing
many
is,
good
it
drivers
is-
we've lost because of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But yet we still have Lance Stroll.
You know what? Hey, he has more points than Fernando.
He does. He does. He
You know what?
actually has done
I
pretty
like
good
to
this
defend
year.
Lance
It's just
Stroll
a running
because
joke.
he has shown. It's not like Latifi or Sargent where they didn't show any promise. Like he like when he was with Williams, he did really well. I think he got a podium at Baku early on with Williams. Like Lance has done some really good things, but no, he based on everybody else's standards, he definitely
Yeah.
anybody else would be gone by now for
Yep.
sure.
And I think
But
his mindset, I think he's done. I think he wants to be done.
Yeah, I
tired
think
of
he
it.
wants to be playing tennis and surfing.
Yeah. Little
be fun.
snowboard action.
Yeah.
He just wants to live
mountain
off money.
biking.
He
Have
just
some
wants to
fun.
live off his unearned paycheck.
I mean, your dad's a billionaire. Why not?
Fuck
and
yeah.
he's made millions as well.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
He's made a
Yeah,
good
I mean,
amount of
like-
money.
Yep.
He
I
just
would
wants
love to
sit back and
see
be a lazy prick now.
Yuki and Max go to Aston Martin with Adrian Newey there.
Yeah, I could see
They
that.
had the Mercedes power unit. I think that would be a blast.
I think
That
Adrian
would be
Newey
good.
and Max back together at Aston would be a game changer.
Yeah. Or no, Aston's getting Honda. They got Honda, don't they? Not.
Oh,
that's
yeah,
why
they are going to Honda.
That's why
Yeah.
Yuki makes sense
Yeah.
going because they
That's
would
right,
love,
next year, right? I think
Yep.
it's next year.
They would
Yeah,
love
get
to
Honda.
have a Japanese driver.
Yep, and Honda
with
loves
that.
Max. They got a good relationship, so
Not so much with Fernando.
yeah, no. Yeah.
Oh no! Oh no!
It's a GP2 engine.
Just a GP2
Yeah.
engine.
Classic.
Oh, I love Fernando.
Me
Fernando's
too.
one of my favorite.
Oh yeah.
One of my favorite personalities in the sport because he just
yeah.
doesn't like. Was it like the Bulgarian, not Bulgaria, the Hungarian Grand Prix a couple years ago, where they had some weird person singing the national anthem, and they turn and show Alonso, and he's got like this smirk on his face, and his head's like sideways,
Just like, what is happening?
like what is going on? And they show George, and George is trying not to laugh because it's just like, what the fuck is this? Like it's so good. I mean, I love
I miss
Fernando.
Kimmy though.
Love
yeah,
Fernando.
Kimmy was a great one.
He was.
Oh yeah.
Yep, good old Rakkinen. Love that
Oh
guy.
man, so good, so good. So what's your favorite? What's your favorite racing series right now?
Probably Formula One. For sure.
Hell yeah.
That's the one I follow closely. I
Same.
watch highlights of everything. But the only one that I commit to watching pretty much every single race and qualifying is Formula One.
Same.
I like to go to any race. So I'll go to the WEC races, the GT races, IMSA. I'm going to try to go to Indy in Arlington next year because they're doing similar to what they do in Miami around the Hard Rock. They're doing that around in Jerry World around the Cowboys Stadium and the Ranger Stadium.
Oh, that'll be cool.
Holy
So
shit.
I might try to go to that because that's not far from me. It's a 45-minute plane ride. So, So I'll watch the highlights of everything. But the one I really follow is F1.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's
right
like
now.
us.
I'm in the middle of WEC. So I watch WEC, IMSA, and Formula One.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny. When IndyCar moved to Fox, I stopped watching it.
Oh yeah.
You're just like, no, thank you.
Yeah. It's
They got Will
To
Buxton.
get-
They got Will.
They do have Will Buxton, which
do
is
have
really
Will.
disappointing because he should be back in
He
Formula
should.
One.
I miss him.
The fact that they got rid of James Hinchcliffe
Uh-huh.
really pissed me off because Hinch, number one, I've met him before, super nice guy, and he was a great commentator.
He was.
Well, now he's with F1 for the
He's
most
now
part.
with F1, which
They swapped.
is not a bad thing. And I will say right now, IMSA and WEC are two of the most exciting racing series
Yeah,
that you can watch right now because you really don't know who's going to win.
you really don't. So much can happen. And
Yes.
I watched that clip of the 007 Valkyrie coming out of the pits all cold tires and then crashing into the GT3 Aston at Fuji. And I
Yeah,
was like,
thanks for telling me. I haven't seen that.
Sorry. Well, it was the
Thanks.
first
Really
thing that popped
appreciate it.
up when I was sitting on the toilet this morning.
Oh no, I've been working my ass off at not finding this stuff.
My bad.
Like,
Whoops.
I'm like,
No
it's
spoilers.
very difficult on a 6-hour race that happened yesterday.
That happened. Yeah.
Yeah. Fuji.
That's your own fault.
WEC Fuji.
Now, when it comes to like IMSA, I watch as much as I can. I am so excited for Petit
Yeah,
Le Mans.
Petit's
It's not
coming
even
up.
funny. It is
Yeah.
always between Petit. I think Petit, Sebring, and Daytona are the three most exciting races on the calendar, and Petit is the most exciting race
Yeah,
on the
it's
calendar.
such a crazy track for them all to be on at
Right?
the same
It's insane.
time.
It's insane.
I forgot. I have been to Sebring, but it was the week before the 12 hours when they had the the HSR, the historic
racing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I went on the Sunday before the 12 hours. So I have been to Sebring. It's not the best one to go to as far as watching because you can really only see one corner at a time.
Right. Yeah. It's so flat.
So flat, and it's I wasn't super familiar with it, but we drive in, and so we're technically on the infield, I guess. And it was empty when we went because it was the last day of the HSR. And so we basically had 2 pickup trucks and drove to various points and just sat in the back of the trucks and watched at different corners. But as far as it looks like a great one for tailgating, but as far as a viewing pleasure goes, I don't know about that one. But Daytona's great. You go up to turn 1 in the grandstands and you can see the whole track.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, a lot of tracks. Like, if you want to watch a race, you have to watch it on TV. If you want to watch an event or be at an event, you have to go to a race.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
Because watching a race and watching it is from your I've gone to the IndyCar race here in Portland for, I don't know, 4 or 5 years. We went to the race. And because one of the places I used to work at, our main vendor sponsored Andretti Autosport.
Oh, okay.
So we got free tickets. We got free hospitality tickets.
That's awesome.
So we would go there. Now I will tell you this: watching the race there, I would much rather watch it at home if I wanted to experience the race.
Right.
But, man, like being there, smelling racing fuel, doing all of the cool shit that you can do around there, so much fun.
Mm-hmm.
So much better than being at home. But at the same time, it's not as good as actually watching it at home.
Yeah. What's great about the big events when it's like a 3 or 4 day event, and the way you can buy tickets now, like you can just go there Friday and Saturday, watch the practices, watch qualifying, do all the fun stuff, and then don't buy the race day ticket and watch it from home. And you still get, that same bit of excitement. I've done that before with a couple of them, and it's like it's very cool because you still get to be there, you get to see it all, and then you get to properly watch the race.
See, that's the way I'd probably do it.
Sean has issues.
Yeah, a little bit.
Like he can't use public restrooms.
Fair enough.
Well, I'd rather pee outside than pee in a restroom. I'd rather go find a corner and pee. It's just always so wet and gross in there. It's just nasty.
Yeah, but like imagine having to stay and you don't have a place to poop, Sean.
Yeah, see that's
It's pretty brutal.
Yeah. I need a good spot.
I don't care.
Ugh.
I don't give a shit anymore. I'm like, I gotta poop. Poop.
I'm squeezing cheeks.
I'll use enough toilet. I'll take a whole roll, like one of those giant industrial rolls, and fucking cover the seat.
Oh,
because
you're gonna need to.
I gotta poop.
Right.
And I put enough on there. I actually sit. It's nice. One of those old cushion seat like your grandma used to have.
Right. The vinyl cushion
seat.
This is gross,
seat.
but it is comfy.
Right.
It's disgusting.
You can sit there for hours.
Yeah, nothing should feel like this on my butt.
No.
That's a crazy thing about camping at Daytona because it's all porta potties out of but they do a good job cleaning them.
Okay.
I will say.
That's good.
They have a nice fresh porta potty smell.
I just wouldn't.
Well, they come and pressure wash them and blast them out.
Oh shit!
And then so you try to get there first thing, but then it's like wet and humid in there, which isn't great.
Gross.
But if it's wet, humid,
everywhere.
And clean,
it's not
It's
so
not
bad.
clean. That's just pressure wash poo everywhere.
But I always wait to get into the stadium because the stadium has real bathrooms.
Right.
But sometimes you have brisket chili, and then you wake up at 3:00 in the morning and there's no making it to that stadium.
Yep.
Nothing worse than brisket chili 3 a.m. with no lights in a porta potty.
Yep.
It's an extreme. It's an extreme sport.
That is an extreme sport.
The problem with brisket chili and chili in general is you get the shit plug. So the shit plugs where you get that nice. You're like, all right, I got a nice turd coming out. This is going to be good. And then it goes from nice turd to fucking water.
Oh, that's why I don't eat that shit unless I'm at home. Eat that shit at home, not at the track.
Out at the track.
Oh man!
So then you save yourself.
It is a wild world out there. But,
it is.
It's a lot of fun. And if you ever do camp at the 24 hours, bring earplugs because remember, it's a 24-hour race.
Yeah, it's a race.
You're laying in bed and it's just wah, wah. Just like, oh my God. That's why my buddy's like, we're like, let's do infield. He goes, you only do infield if you have a really nice camper.
Right.
Otherwise, you don't do the infield because it is miserable trying to sleep.
Ugh. Yeah.
I don't know if I could sleep.
Right.
I didn't even think about that until you just said that. I was like, yeah, I'd have to make sure I plan for that because fuck yeah, the noise would be just unbearable to sleep unless you're drinking enough to pass out.
Right.
Which could be an option as well.
It's
Definitely
possible.
I don't know. How legal is marijuana legal in Florida?
Only medically, but nobody cares.
Yeah.
It's the same here in like I bring stuff with me to the races all the time.
No
what?
Shit, in Texas?
You bring illegal drugs to races in Texas?
I thought Texas was hardcore.
You bring illegal
Well, no, it's
Drugs.
legal now. It's legal now. They just signed a bill.
Nuh-uh.
Oh, is it?
Shut up.
Here's rules. It's
Nice.
THCA, which is every type of weed.
Really?
It just they found a loophole. THCA is marijuana that hasn't been touched by a flame.
I can
Once
go to
you
Texas
touch it to a
now.
flame, it's called THC. And so technically all weed is THCA, so they found a dumb loophole.
Nice.
And, yeah,
I
it's
can
it's
go to
legal
Texas now.
technically.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Fuck
Right?
yeah, finally.
Welcome.
Congratulations.
It's-
How much are
it's
they taxing it?
Oh, who
Yeah.
knows? I still have a guy. I go the real route.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny because initially, when it became legal here in Oregon, it was still cheaper to buy it black market.
Yeah,
Right.
It was.
And then there was this huge dump.
Mm-hmm.
Like all of these growers growing weed, and it all came down. So now it is fucking affordable.
Oh, it's
That's
the best.
nice.
Just go to the
It's fun.
store.
I do a lot of travel and like to go I love the Northwest is my favorite part of the country.
Oh.
And I love the mountains, but I love specifically right there, the Oregon-California border on the coast. Please and thank you.
Absolutely
Beautiful.
gorgeous.
It's the greatest. And
so
so
you go to like Crescent City.
Yep. I stayed in Crescent City.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm sorry, Crescent City is disgusting, but that whole area, Crescent City,
It's
Brookings,
beautiful.
It is.
You go up to Bandon, you go up to Coos Bay. That whole area is absolutely gorgeous.
It's amazing. And like you realize, oh, I see why they talk about giants, because you're walking through the redwoods and you're like, yeah, this is where giants would live.
Oh, yeah.
That makes sense. And then you see an elk and you're like, yeah, that's a giant. Okay.
Yep. Oh, it's wild.
But it's
out
fun.
there.
Like in all that travel, it was right when everything was becoming legalized. So it was fun to go to California and experience their dispensary culture, which was weird. But then go to Oregon and it was completely different. And then up to Washington, it's another completely different way. I go to Colorado a lot. It's different there. Went to Montana 2 years ago. It had just become recreational legal, and it was terrible. It was the worst dispensary experiences I've ever experienced because they didn't know what the hell they
Right.
were doing.
Oh, really?
Everything was dried out. It was just like
Ugh.
this is garbage. But it's fun because I travel so much to see what everybody's weed culture is.
right? Yeah, get to try all the different flavors.
I think that Oregon's culture is pretty good because
Yeah.
Okay, we got it.
it's
What chat
dude,
are we in?
have.
Sorry,
I
guys.
mean, you can
Yeah.
you go and you look at it, you can smell it. It's not prepackaged. You can talk with your bud tenders and be like, "Yo, what's this like?" And
Oh,
they're
yeah.
like, "Oh no, I haven't had that, but here, I'll let you talk to somebody."
Yep. Well,
One
too,
of my
all the
favorite
goddamn
ones-
names, man. All the names nowadays is too much. I always,
too
dude, you
much.
guys have like a good OG that's more old school, and he'll be like, "I got you, I got you."
Oh, dude,
One of my favorite ones was in Oakland, and it was like I walked in and it was like, this is where my mom would shop. It was like going into a mini Whole Foods. Like there was no behind the counter stuff. You pick up a basket and you go through the aisles, and then at the checkout, instead of having like chapstick and gum, they have little pre-rolls that you can
that's
add
amazing.
in. But I'm like,
That's really cool.
I walked in and like two old ladies walked out, and I go inside and literally like a little Whole Foods. And I'm just like, my mom would love this. I
Right.
mean, she doesn't smoke,
Right.
but she would love this.
Oh man, that's amazing.
It's hilarious. My dad doesn't smoke, but he does tinctures
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah.
so he can sleep.
Hell yeah.
So I'm like, I call my dad. I'm like, oh, can I talk to the pot smoking hippie? I'm like, where's the druggie at? I need to talk to the druggie. He's
That's so
80.
funny.
He's 83, 84 years old, and I'm always asking where the druggie is. I'm like,
That's awesome.
Oh,
like,
man.
yeah, you pot smoking hippie. What do you think you're doing?
Love it.
Yeah, if
but yeah,
I
it's-
could, I would definitely move up there.
No.
Probably to
No,
Oregon.
you don't. No, you don't want
No?
Not yet.
No?
Not yet.
to. No, it is.
Wait a
it
couple
is-
years.
Yeah, wait a couple years. Right now, it is a liberal. It is a liberal shithole.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Portland is awful. Portland is well. I'm just going to put it this way: Oregon in general is going to shit because the government has decided that everything needs to be taxed, no matter what you do. They want to tax people for putting an inflatable paddleboard on the water.
Yeah.
That's going to be considered a boat now. So you gotta have a permit for that, or an inflatable one-man raft or canoe has to be. You're going to have to pay to get a permit
register.
for that now.
You got to register
That is what's happening.
That stuff doesn't really bother me.
Oh, it drives me fucking batshit.
We're about to
the-
have
and
gas
the
prices
state-
like California here
Yeah,
real
yep,
soon.
we're working
That's
on gas
fair.
prices like California.
Ugh.
It's just fucking. It's like I'm not a hardcore I mean, I'm queer, so I'm not a hardcore conservative.
Right.
But I am considered a hardcore conservative here in Portland because
middle people.
I believe that the government needs to stay out of my shit.
Yeah. Fair enough.
You know,
Absolutely.
I'm like, government needs to get out of my business. Oh, you're a fascist. You know, the government is the best thing. You know, we need a giant government to take care of us, except for the police. But
Oh God. Yeah.
you know,
And they used to be the other way. They used to be the other way.
it's fucking stupid.
We live
So-
in a crazy world.
We do.
We do.
And that's
We
why I
do.
love
And right
Gran
now-
Turismo. I put my
Oh,
headset
dude,
on and
ghetto
I'm racing in
birds.
Barcelona.
Ghetto birds flying all over the place last night.
Oh,
We
really?
could see them from our house. Oh yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Downtown at the ice center, there were. I woke up a couple of times to hearing the ghetto
That's right,
birds
because
flying near my place.
you live right there, yeah.
Yeah, I don't
I
live
don't
far
live near there.
from downtown.
Yeah.
So, and I can from my place, I can look down the Willamette River and see downtown. So,
Dude, I bet that looks amazing at night.
it's,
Yeah.
Oh,
I
dude.
definitely wouldn't go city
Yeah,
in,
no.
in that area.
Where-
I'd
yeah.
be going out in the middle of nowhere.
Yep, Mount Hood,
Yes.
go to the beach.
Mount Hood, yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, tripping balls on mushrooms.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It is amazing to sit outside and look down at the city.
Oh,
Look at
sure.
the
It's super cool. Super duper cool. I mean, if I did stuff like that,
If you did stuff like that.
but I don't do illegal. Oh wait, no, it's legal to
Those are
possess
allowed.
here.
Yeah.
It's legal to possess here in Oregon.
It's just a fungus. It
Yeah.
grows like that.
Yeah, it's true.
It is.
I mean, yeah, some
It's
people, no, they're really good.
yeah.
They're really good.
Everyone should try it. Maybe everyone will melt the fuck
I've found
out.
as I've gotten older, I just don't have the energy for the stamina for it anymore.
You know what?
Yeah, that
It's
shit's rough.
mushrooms are not bad. It's I can't do the LSD acid.
Oh,
yeah. That's high school.
That's too long.
That's high school and only.
That is, yeah.
That's a young man's game.
That's
Yes.
a young
Oh,
man's
God, yes.
hallucinogen for sure.
Definitely, yeah.
That makes me ill
Yeah.
thinking about it.
Dude, just it takes, yeah. Oh, what are you doing? Oh, I'm going to be gone for 12 hours.
Right?
Later.
Bye.
Yeah.
Hopefully I come
I'm gonna be
back.
staring at this crack in the concrete for a while,
Oh my gosh,
Ugh.
yes.
thinking
that
about
makes-
how the world's about to open up and
Right.
consume me.
Right?
We've all been there.
The aliens are coming, man. 3-Eye Atlas is on its
Bro.
way.
Bro,
Aliens.
listen, I have seen spirits tripping.
Oh yeah.
It'll fuck you up. Oh yeah.
Oh, hell no.
Oh yeah.
hells
Last time
no.
I did acid, I saw 2 spirits. No shit. Mm-hmm. What's funny is I've got a friend who was not tripping, but is a self-professed medium.
Mm-hmm.
And afterwards we were talking and he's like, "Yeah, so did you see or feel anything?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I saw some shit." He was like, "Was there one standing right there and one right there?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Uh-huh."
Oh,
Mhm.
Lord.
Oh, that's creepy.
Right?
I'm like,
yeah, no
I'm like, "Oh, good Lord. Oh boy. I just opened up a void."
Yep. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, I
Love 'em.
don't know.
Love
No,
drugs.
thank you, dude.
I love drugs.
No.
Speaking of
thank
which,
you.
I need some more.
Right?
Oh.
Oh,
Shit.
Well, on that
that
note,
note.
Yeah. Little
Hey,
off
why don't you give
topic.
yourself a little plug there, TK? Give you
Yeah.
where can I
yeah,
find you?
throw in that plug.
Yeah, you can find me on the old YouTubes, TCase101. I stream there for sure every Tuesday. I'm there, and then I try to get in otherwise. But yeah, I do T-Case lobbies on Tuesday. They're a blast. Everybody's welcome. It's way different from what you usually get from the dailies. Part of the PHG crew, Papa's House of Game. You can find me doing various things with them. And then, of course, the NRL Saturday commentator, along with Flawed Genius Gaming and Tati.
Nice. And what about the when's the next coverage of the NRL?
Yeah, round one.
It'll be this weekend, Friday night and Saturday.
Yep.
So I think that's the 3rd and the 4th of October. So
Yep.
we'll be
Nice.
we'll be there. The races, I'm pumped. So Division B on Saturday is the Toyota RAV4 at BB in reverse.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, wow.
Sports soft and sports hards.
What times it get underway?
It is, let's see, I'm in Central Time, so noon Central, 1 Eastern, 10 Pacific.
Yep.
Yep, that's how math works, and I guess that would be 11 Mountain. But it is good. It's on McNaughty's channel, McNaughty Gaming. He's knocked it out the park this year with his with the production value. It looks amazing. He's got the picture-in-picture that also uploads people's stream, so he'll show other people who are streaming in the race and the picture-in-picture of their stream. He'll show my camera view that I'm looking at while I'm watching the race, and then also what he has on the main broadcast. And I mean, it's just incredible what he's been able to do. Also with the website mcnaughty.gg, everything's there. They upload the times and everything as it's happening. So like as soon as the split one of qualifying was done, I clicked refresh on the website. Everybody was on there with their times.
Nice.
So it'll be like that after each race, keeping track of points. It also has all the data from previous seasons. Really cool. McNaughty has done an incredible job getting this thing to where it's
top
at.
Notch. Top notch for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
Plus, he's a top-notch dude.
He is.
Yeah,
So-
he's
Love
awesome.
that guy.
Yeah, which is great. Super. Well, that's awesome. Thanks for coming on. You know what? You're like McNaughty and a lot of the guys that we have on. You're always welcome. If you see us, on or want to come on,
Yeah, just let
hit
me
us
know.
up.
Yeah.
Just let
Awesome.
us know. And
Anytime,
I
yeah.
mean, we're pretty open. This is a hangout.
Yep.
Right on.
I
I was drinking a beer, just relaxing.
Hells yeah.
And if you haven't listened to the podcast yet, for real, tune in. You'll understand.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You'll
Yes.
understand what we're
He's been
about.
listening.
I've been listening. I've listened, I guess, like 4 or 5 episodes now. I'm not a big podcast person, but I do. So for work, I buy cars for dealerships. And so Tuesday mornings, I'm in front of my computer. I have 5 to 6 windows opened up, and I'm just clicking buy, buying all these cars. And so that's what I've been doing. Is I've been putting y'all on while I sit there and buy cars and listen to y'all chat. So that's kind of become my Tuesday routine now.
Excellent.
Nice.
Well, I like
Appreciate
to
it.
hear that.
Well-
I like to hear
well-
that. Yep.
Are you starting from the beginning, or how are you listening?
No, well, I just went back and listened to the ones with the NRL stuff. But yeah, no,
Okay.
I'm going to start going back and kind of getting caught up with everything.
Graybush.
Graybush. You had the Graybush episode is the greatest
Yep.
episode.
That's
we've
like
done.
year one. That's year
That's
one.
Awesome.
that's year one. Yeah, Graybush is.
When you listen to that, you'll probably want to listen to everything because
you'll
it sets
yeah,
us off.
you'll understand
That's
the kind of people that we are when you listen to Graybush.
Yep.
Fantastic.
Oh, good times. Good times. Well, thanks
All right,
everyone.
on that
Yep,
bombshell.
that bombshell. Todd's God. And we'll have him back
God.
next week. We missed you, Todd. And
Yeah, we
then
I didn't.
Mike didn't. Get back
I
into
miss
the
you,
regular
Todd.
stuff
You gotta
next
get back,
week.
and you do.
Yep.
Yeah.
So big update coming December, guys. I'm stoked.
Yeah.
I'm
Huge update.
stoked.
Talk about we'll talk about that.
Yeah,
if you want to
so
come on
good.
and talk about it next week, I mean,
Oh,
Drop
Spec
us a line.
3. Spec 3.
Yeah,
I'm
Spec
very
3.
hopeful. 296 GT3 car. I'm hoping. Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Oh
Yep,
yeah.
yep.
All right, guys. We'll see you next
All right, guys.
Monday.
Have a
Peace.
good.